This is a 2009 135i M Sport, and I'll be explaining to you today why this car is the best value used car I think you can get for fun on the market, a 135i. This one happens to be the Cabriolet. I use the Cabriolet and Coupe interchangeably because I've driven them both back to back. They're both really, really good. Now on this particular one, stay tuned. I'm gonna have a video of me switching these wheels out for M3 even wheels, same M3 suspension bushings, because this has a M suspension tuning as standard, if you may recognize here. It also has an M bumper down there on the front. Also, a lot of people like to switch these rings out for the more blue or pure white ones, the LEDs. I get that. The side of this car is, very traditional BMW. Nothing to complain about there. These are actually Brembo 6 pistons. They're just not marketed that way. Same with some of the M brakes. They just have the M badge and not Brembo. So, project-wise, I have a dyno video of this. I'll link to at the end. Air intake and exhaust, stage 1 tune, and like I said, those suspension upgrades. Basically putting this into 1M territory with the new wheels. Also the M lip spoiler back there. This car really needs that because one of the big complaints is it kind of just falls off, unlike other BMWs which swoop. So that has been a huge help, at least in my opinion. Let me know in the comments how you think it looks. So this is the 135i Zinger Bimmer. Let's go check it out on a drive. Chris Harris recently did a comparison on this and the 2, which replaced it, the 2 Coupe. The interior is definitely one area. The 2 Coupe is a little nicer. It has a good stereo. It's actually some of the upgraded pieces from the Harman Kardon system, receivers, subwoofers under the seat. But it's a fairly, I guess, basic BMW interior. Nothing to write home about. On the older ones, this peels. As you can tell, I'm peeling it all off there because that'll actually look better. Pretty much all old German cars have this. For years they thought this was a good idea. Coming over here, there is wood, nice high quality plastics. Nothing I would, show off to a Bentley owner, but it is a classy and functional, that's the big part, interior. Coming down the center stack here, you can get the nav on here. I would skip it. It's an old iDrive system. You can come standard with Bluetooth and an iPod interface on the 135. There's dual zone climate control, but interestingly enough, if you get them out of sync with each other, they will not sync on this particular model and year. Automatic air recirculation and the rest feature, where it'll blow air into the car after you turn it off. And then heated seats, I believe we're standard on the 135. It does have a dual mode stability traction control. One click there will turn off the DTC, so you can have a little fun with donuts or a little drifting. Not going to restrict your power, and I don't recommend this because this is a pretty forgiving stability control system, but if you hold that, just beware. Unless you are a professional driver or on a very wide course where you're not worried about going to the gravel, just leave it in this mode. Or alternatively, when you go into drive, there is a sport mode. This one is the automatic. The times are actually a little faster in the automatic, which is part of why I went with that. That and just I like to drift a lot, and this was a drift car for me when I have it on the skinny tires. So it's a lot easier just sometimes leave it in auto or leave it in sport, but you can still shift. And what's cool about this car is you can make it an M1, an M2, an M3, an M4, an M5, an M6, if you like. Now, I specifically found the 135 that was a Cabriolet just because I think that's kind of fun and cool, and sometimes it's just nice to put the top down and hear that exhaust, hear that engine with the air intakes, and you can hear the blow-off valve a little bit, things like that from the turbocharger. That's why I like convertibles. If you're really going hardcore and are going to track this daily, get the Coupe. Otherwise, if you just want a fun ride where you can take the girl or guy, if you're a girl watching this, or guy or girl, whomever, your friends out, put the top down just in a nice day and have some fun. It's a really quiet top when it's up, and it's very fun when it's down. I also forego the premium. Parking brake is on. I also went ahead and did not get the premium package on here because it actually saves a lot of weight. Premium gives you a lot of stuff like lumbar, power seats, Things that if you're a performance driver, that's adding a lot of weight to the car. I'm sure someone in the comments can tell me exactly. Got my Coke Life, not a sponsorship. I would recommend getting the 135 pretty much bare bones, maybe the automatic, maybe the manual, depending where you live. If you're in a lot of traffic and hills or drift a lot and, you know. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. These come with an extended warranty on the turbos, and there's an airbag recall on many of them. But there's this piece which should be easy enough to fix, but BMW actually sells this bad boy in a set that's like $200. So I'm gonna actually talk to BMW corporate. If you guys are watching, please send me a new one. That's super frustrating, but out of principle, it works. So I'm not gonna like pay the $200 because they make you replace the entire mount and the entire mirror. I don't need that. I just need this little piece of plastic, which BMW doesn't sell. Kind of lame. So other than that though, quality on this car has been really good. I've had it just about, wow, just over, I got it in January of 2016, it looks like. 17, year and a half now. I've not had a single problem with the car. Again, a couple of issues with the fuel injectors and turbos on these cars, but they have extended the warranty on that BMW. So that's actually where I'm going now. I have the airbag recall and that thing, because I'm actually probably going to be listing this car for sale. It's actually one of the cars I'm going to miss, along with my Audi S5. This is, and Kate was my blue Audi S5, which started my channel if you were a long-time subscriber. Two, I will definitely miss. However, this car is sitting in my garage. I have another convertible sports car, and I have another coupe that's sporty. So it's just not getting driven very much. So once I get it all fixed up for the next owner, I will be selling it. It will hurt me to sell it because it's not giving me any problems. It has good brake pads, it has good tires, it has it's not going to need an oil change or a service for a while, but I just think it's wrong. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree to keep a car you're not going to utilize. So anyway, what you hear back there is the upgraded exhaust, which sounds great. Love that exhaust. Watch this. Red line, it will let you bounce off the rev limiter. Very smart, very predictive, especially in sport mode. In regular drive, it's just, you know, smooth shifting. You barely even feel the shifts. In sport, that's when the fun starts. It'll, when you brake, it'll actually downshift for you. It'll hold the revs. It's actually a very smart automatic, as automatics go, which I like. The brakes, you guys know the statistics from when this car was new. They're still, by today's standards, you know, class leading for a sports car. Steering, there's only two companies who have perfected 100% in all their models the electric systems across their lineup, and that's, some of the BMWs do have it, like the M2, if that one's electrical, that steering is sublime. M3, M4, it's definitely not as communicative as it could be, and definitely in base models BMW's gone from having one of the best steering systems in the industry to, with their electrics, it's definitely lacks a little feedback. So I guess I'm going to keep this fairly short and sweet. We talked about the engine, it's sublime. The transmission, as an automatic goes, it's good. You lose a little 0 to 60 time and get the manual if you want. So would I buy this car with my own money is how my subscribers will know I end my reviews. These cars are going from anywhere from, say, 14 to 20,000 with low-ish miles, the early 135s, and you can get them even below that if you're, you know, willing to go up to 70, 80, 100,000. I would kind of save up and maybe finance the difference. The years haven't really been unkind to this car for the most part, but trust me when I say that the miles can, you know, wear stuff out. If you start getting into a 100,000 mile one, I'll do a separate video. Just be forewarned, you're going to start to need stuff like suspension bushings, which you may want to switch out for the M1s on this car anyway. It improves the handling a lot. You know, shocks, springs can start to go out around 100,000. Definitely shocks, spark plugs. So if you get one with 100 versus 60, just budget. You're going to be putting a fair chunk of change in there. Like I said, let me know what you guys want me to do with the future before I sell this car. I'm excited to be sharing this car with you. At the end, I'll have a link to me getting it dynoed to see how much it performs, to me getting the air intake, and then I did put an exhaust on here as well, and I will be switching the tires out. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be an exciting ride.
Well, next time, my speedy racers, drive on.